Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we talk all things reality TV or whatever. I'm your host, Farrah. We are joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee. How you doing?
I'm doing good. If you haven't realized, we've just had Mother on the channel. Check out the motherfucking video. Big Brother 24 winner, Taylor Hale interview. We had a sit down with Mother, the queen of CBS. I'm bringing it up because this is a CBS show, and Mother runs the network. She will be on Amazing Race 36. She will be winning her million with her man, Joseph. Point blank, period. She's going to be on Survivor. Let me stop. She ain't going to be on none of that. But still.
But you will
check out the video.
Check out the video. Go check it out right now. Pause this. Go check out Mother, and then come back.
You shouldn't be watching this unless you've watched that. I'll get
unless
5 times.
Watched Mother
and
multiple times.
And shared. And added us when you shared.
And commented.
And
subscribed.
And liked. And subscribed. And turn on your post notifications. You have to do all of that before watching this video.
Literally, you're not allowed. Okay, but as you see, today we're here to talk about the Amazing Race episode 3 or whatever period. So this was a very interesting episode. First of all, it's a mega leg.
It's a mega leg.
Y'all, we're new to this. A mega leg. When Phil said mega leg, I said, what?
And I'm thinking, okay, this is gonna be a pretty easy episode. It's not 90 minutes. It's only 10 teams. We're gonna go right through this. Just when I thought I'm gonna be good on the notes, they say a mega leg. These people will have to run two. It's gonna have 2 detours, 2 roadblocks, and 2 cities.
Girl,
they said the Amazing Race, babe. I forgot.
No, literally, Lee, do like this. Do like that at the top. Yeah.
What?
Wipe it off. Yes, up on your head. Ah! Damn! Again! Ah! Shit!
I got it.
We looking so ghetto over here. Okay, so I got the bonnet on. Okay, we're releasing groups again. So group 1 is Marcus and Michael, Daddy and Daddy. Let me pull them up. Hold on.
That's the military bros.
Let me call them these men.
The newlyweds, Glinda and Lamumba. And they have to drive to Arco del Melincello to find the next clue. They started at the beginning of the episode. They boarded the TAR charter, the Amazing Race charter. We learned, and the girls in the comments, y'all let us know that because of COVID, they haven't been doing domestic flights, which I really miss. That I want that because the drama over that shit used to be fun. But they boarded the charter. I feel like it gave first class, and they headed to Italy. And like I said, they have to drive to Arco del Melincello to find the next clue.
Boom. So we get Marcus and Michael, and they've been eating it up since last episode, so they continue to eat it up.
First episode too. That's the gag.
That's the gag.
They dominate these challenges.
Really nasty. Like, so they start and they immediately get to going, and they get in their car. They
hop in their car.
And they go to the route marker. So when they get to the route marker, they see that the first thing is a detour. Either you're going to be head of the class, or you're going to be cheese of the cheese. What is it? Big cheese.
The big cheese.
You're going to be the head of the and big cheese. So they have to choose one of those, but we don't see just yet what they choose because we get to the explanation. So for the head of the class, you are going to be in a classroom for an 8-minute learning session, and the Italian man is going to be teaching you body parts of the motherfucking body that you're going to have to later take a test on, and you're going to have 90 seconds to complete that test, and then you can get your clue to the next motherfucking section. Or you can do big cheese. Big cheese is where you will go to the cheese factory. It's not a factory. It kind of is. You go to the cheese place. You get you a big ass 80-pound block of cheese. Then you take that block of cheese to one destination where you're going to drop half of the cheese off. Then you got to take the other block of cheese, walk it to the next destination, drop the other block of cheese off.
Yeah, receive 2 receipts and head back to the place where you got the cheese to get the next clue.
So immediately I'm thinking, oh, I'm great at tests. I can ace a test in less than 10 seconds. So 90 seconds is more than enough. So immediately I was like, Lee, we just got to do the test. And Lee, what you say?
I was like, there's no way in hell we're doing the test. I don't do tests, and I definitely don't do tests on anatomy. They were literally saying that they had to the exam is you have to identify 16 bones, muscles, and organs in under 90 seconds. Now, if that is if that is in the directions in the route marker clue, babe, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like, we're going to fuck that up. Like, I think, and you saw it in the episode, the people who did the cheese got done quicker. Because it's easy. You're literally just slapping around a big ass pound of cheese. Like, that's easy. That's true. There's no way how I would have got. And then 90 seconds for the exam. At least have the exam be 8 minutes.
I guess we would have ended up doing the cheese because we would have
had to do cheese because if you would have suggested the exam, I would have slapped you in the face right there on national television.
And see, and that's why they need to cast us because it would have been a quick little scrap.
Yeah, we would have been out round 1.
Round 1? Who got out round 1? Because they wasn't even leaving. No, they sat there on the puzzle. I mean, not the puzzle. They sat there doing the map the first 30 minutes of the episode. We would have been okay. That's and then round 2, who got out? T-Rex. All we gotta do is run faster than them. They was following somebody the whole time. Like, I think we would have made it here. So we see that Marcus and Michael choose Big Cheese.
As they should.
And Glenda and Lamama choose to walk.
They choose head of class, and they choose that.
We forget they choose head of class because they chose to walk.
They chose to walk.
Come on now.
And then literally we get a shot of the military bros in their car getting ready to go to their, destination. And Glenn and Lamont in the car. And they just see them walking around. I was like, I feel so bad. Like, y'all can yell to them. Like, y'all can let them know.
It's a race.
It's a race. It's so embarrassing. My thing is, it says right on the clue, for both detours, you have to drive to this specific location. So, like, Glenn and Lamont just did not read it. And it's like,
they did not read.
Read the damn clue.
My thing is, and y'all, throughout this episode, every time we talk about Glenda and Lamumba, my hands are gonna be on my head. Like, I'm just gonna fall.
Because they my faves, y'all. Like, the fall from grace, man. They had the best average. They had top 2 twice in a row.
We was just praising them. We look stupid.
No, I don't look nothing.
They do?
They're still mother. Mother.
Okay. I was like, somebody looks crazy, but I guess not.
It must be you.
And no, it's so much backlash. Okay, but no, it's interesting because I don't watch Amazing Race like that, so I didn't expect it to be possible for a team to just fall like that, especially if they did good the first 2 legs. I'm like, they're gonna have to get out later in the game when there's less teams, and then something gotta happen. No, like, they just fucked up and let Houston up in there. Like,
it really just shows like how easy this shit can switch up. I mean, one little mistake of not reading the clue, and now you last the whole damn time. Baby. Just like Quentin and Maddie last time. They didn't follow directions correctly. They end up in the same city for half the damn episode, and they were in last for damn near the whole episode. And they didn't even get it to be continued, child. They had to outrun people.
They had to run, bitch. So we get group 2. Group 2 is DS and Claire, Linton and Sharik, and Abby and Will. Oh, and Luis and Michelle. So it's 4 teams. Mm-hmm. So they get to going, and here go Claire in the confessional. And Claire and DX get a lot of confessionals. I know they was on Big Brother, but it's like, are they gonna win? Is this like the winner edit? I don't know, because Claire was like, I'm just here for fun, and I'm trying to have fun. And DX is like, baby, you mean we're here to win?
No, she said everything else. We're here to just enjoy the moment, look around, chill, and also win. He was like, I'm just here to win.
And that's the goal. Let's get going. The hell? So we immediately start to see that, baby, the cars that they have to drive, I don't know if they're stick shift or...
I think so.
And they just don't know what to do.
They don't know how to drive stick.
Nobody knows what to do. Everybody is struggling. Like,
and we would have fucked up here too, because you know how to drive stick?
I feel like we should learn if we're going to get casted. That's what DX said. There was an interview with DX and Claire. DX said, I went and took a stick shift driving class because, bitch, we're going to be going around the world. And America, one of the only places who don't use the stick shift. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do what you got to do.
They smart. Talk about preparation, bitch.
Nah, again, bitch. Period. So we get to, all 4 of those teams get to the motherfucking route marker. Mm-hmm. Luis and Michelle and DX and Claire do Big Cheese. Will and Abby and Linton and Sharik do head of the class, and that was their first mistake.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Glenda and Lamumba still lost on the street.
Y'all.
In their car.
Y'all. And it's like, come on, Glinda Lumumba. They're walking in the streets of Italy. Mind you, they don't know where they're going. And we get into it later. But at this moment, Lumumba's like, you know where you're going, Glinda? And Glinda's like, you know where you're going, Lumumba? And Lumumba's like, I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going.
That whole time was pissing me off because he was just like, follow me here, go here, go here. And it's like, you did not know what you was doing. You did not know where you was going. That's the thing, they had to drive there.
You were supposed to be driving, so you never knew where the fuck you were supposed to be.
Clearly, it was not walkable if they made them drive in that manner. So they were never going to get there on foot. And we don't get into it.
Group 3 comes. Group 3 is Quentin and Maddie, who was struggling last time. Aubrey and David, who've been struggling both times. No shade. Molly and Emily, who low-key, they be doing good. I don't even know how they ended up in the group. And Dom and Rich. And it's like, whoo, Dom and Rich.
My chaotic faves.
My chaotic queens and kings. Like, oh my God, y'all. The way Dom and Rich is going to give you a show, like, you're going to be stressed. You cannot watch them without panic. Because, like, it's like, sometimes they don't even be doing bad. But, like, the way they communicate, it's just be like, damn.
It's just so chaotic. Like, and then, like,
we got this, and we're going to be good, and you guys, and.
But they're so positive. Like, the way they start love and light, and they just.
Love and light.
Period. Like, love and light.
Damn. Period. Like, it's literally just that simple. So, once again, everyone is struggling to drive, but Dom and Rich say that this is their anniversary. So, today, one thing we're not going to be doing today is going home.
And look where they at now.
We'll see how that happens.
It's just like, it's like they really been at the back of the pack.
The back of the pack.
Since episode 1. Like, it's bad for them.
It's bad for them. So, it's bad. So, Marcus and Michael got their big ass cheese, and they ready to go to the first thing. And the cheese is 80 pounds. And I was thinking, I'm like, okay, when I'm working out, could I just carry 80 pounds? No. I would need like someone else to be carrying that 80 pounds. So you really need a team to like the first little carry onto the bucket. So that's why you're here, I guess. Not here for anything else. So Luis and Michelle get their cheese blocked. And this is when Quentin and Maddie, Aubrey and David, Molly and Emily, and Rich and Dom all choose head of the class. I believe. Yes. So Michael and Marcus make it to the cheese cutter. They get to the cheese place. They get the first cheese and they cut it. And now they have half a cheese block. They got to make it to the other motherfucking cheese place. Linton and Sharik finally make it to head of the class. So this is the first time we get to see what's the tea on head of the class.
Yeah.
So, girl.
And I immediately see, ain't no way in hell I would have been able to do this.
They sit down. It's a big ass skeleton. And the teacher, mind you, has a deep ass Italian accent. He's saying humorist instead of humorist. Like, and so he's sitting there and he's teaching them within 8 minutes. And Linton and Sharik are just looking like, and they have a confessional and they're like, literally, it's so much information piled into 8 minutes. You can barely understand him. He's going fast as hell. I don't know why we chose this. What are we going to do? And it's like, damn.
Yeah, and that would have been me. Because he's literally speaking in a foreign language and he's telling you, you have to, it's 16 bones, muscles, and ligaments you have to remember. Like, no.
Damn. And see, but that's my thing. Because we see that we've learned, because we're new to this, that you can switch detours. If I was listening to Sharik right after we left and we took the test and we failed, I'd be like,
Yeah.
Because they were in second place. They were in second place at that point. They would have had time, but I guess that's just a lot to do. So, so Abby and Will, they make it to the head of the class, but they have to wait until Sharik and Linton are done taking the class before they can enter. So, they're waiting there. Boom. Lumumba and Glinda, we're back at them. So this is when they start asking for directions. So they're asking for directions from some man on the street because Glinda has found out that Lumumba lied. And he does not know where he's going. He, in fact, does not know where the fuck he's going.
And why are you lying about this? This is not the time to lie.
Literally, I guess it's like an ego thing. Like, it's embarrassing a little bit.
I know where I'm going. No, I know where I'm going. No, you don't. And that's okay. You're an American man in Italy. You don't need to know where you're going.
It's embarrassing. I get it. I get it. But I also don't get it. Because, sir. So they start asking for directions, and it's like, now y'all are asking for walking directions to a place you have to drive to. Literally. So they're still currently.
And then the thing is, they talked to someone and they were like, Autobahn. And it's like, I don't want. They were saying auto, bitch. Mm-hmm. Auto is automobile.
They were.
So
I
you
feel like
should have
anything they
peeped.
said, they were like, I just don't know what they're saying. Like, you ever had somebody talk to you in a foreign language and you're just like, I don't know. They could have
But
said
you gotta
one English.
dissect. She would have said, I know,
Right.
and I'd be like, bitch, we gotta get in that car.
Yeah.
Because what did it say you have to do on foot? That's the thing. They just assumed they had to walk there.
And they've been walking forever.
And,
It's been all episode.
And that's how I know I would have got caught up in this. Because I would always want to take the car. I would never want to walk. I'd be like, let me make sure, child. Can we take the car there? Because we were trying to walk. It was a lot of driving this episode. I would have loved that.
Period. My thing is, okay, so by this time, Michael and Marcus have dropped off their second thing of cheese and got their second receipt. And Lumumba and Glenda are still walking. Just to put it into perspective. Like, they left with Michael and Marcus. Like, oh my God.
It's bad for them.
It's so bad. So Luis and Michelle, they're lost again, child. And it's like, how are y'all lost again, child? Is this them? Yes, these are the people going the wrong direction. Luis and Michelle, Team Miami.
Well, Team Miami, they arrive at the cutting to get their cheese cut first. They're not driving yet. They arrive.
Okay.
They do get lost, but not here. They arrive at the first restaurant to get their cheese cut, and then they start heading to the second one. And then we head back to the newlyweds, and they finally, after asking someone else some directions and not understanding, Lumumba looks at the thing and says, No, I think Glenda notices. He's like, wait. Drive to the route marker, basically. And he was like, oh shit, we gotta go back to the car.
So now they have to go all the way back to the car, which didn't seem like all the way back. So it's like, where were y'all walking this whole time? But
yeah, it's given they were walking in circles because when they eventually get back to the car, we'll get into it was not that far.
Literally. So Dom and Rich are back in the car. Or they're in the car. Dom and Rich are in the car, still struggling. And I have written down, not them manifesting the car to not be difficult to drive. Like, Rich is in the front driving, and he's struggling. He's like, dang, this car is hard. Dom's like, don't say that! Don't say it's hard!
It's just an object. It can be manipulated. It can be manipulated.
It's okay. And if you say that it's bad, you're going to manifest that it's negative. It's a great, you're having a good time. And we're gonna get done with this.
It's like period, love and life.
Oh my God! But like, isn't there a point where it's like you cannot be positive all the time?
What's funny is that I don't know, like it's always dumb shit that's setting them back. Like, why the fuck is because none of them knew how to drive stick. Most of the people did not know how to drive stick. Why are they so bad at it that they're not even to the first fucking task yet? Like, come on, what the fuck are they called? Roadblock.
And it's funny because they be getting frustrated. It's funny because like they're all positive, but thinking of every team, they're the only team I see like with like low key frustration when they be like doing tasks, and it's like they be so positive though. So
I like it because they be overthinking it. It gives overthinking. Like, it's okay, it's good.
Literally,
like it's always exasperation. Like this. We just started. Love and light.
So we get to see Linton and Sharik attempt the test. And baby, they were struggling, y'all. They didn't know it was going to be more pieces than it was bones and organs. They just didn't know anything. And I hate that because why did y'all throw them off like that? I feel like in the instructions, it should have mentioned, I guess not. But the fact that when they took the test, they didn't know it was going to be more things than it was actual.
Which I think it's so unnecessary. Like, why are we doing that? Like,
it's already hard.
It's already hard.
It's already hard. Like, please. Okay, so then this is when we get a montage of, or a lot of the teams are in the lecture at the same time. So Linton and Sharik go back to the lecture. Quentin and Maddie and Abby and Will are all at the lecture together. I think one other team is there with them. Aubrey and David is also there with them. So they all go to the lecture, so they're going to try their second attempt. And it's like, baby, who? We go back to Luis and Michelle. Luis and Michelle already did their first block of cheese, and now they did their second block of cheese. So I think we,
because I have here, the military bros, they've already finished their cheese, and they
did. Okay, period.
And
then Luis and Michelle are in second place because military bros already got their clue. Luis and Michelle just dropped off their second cheese.
And essentially the clue is they have to drive to the Ducati factory to get to the next roadblock. We'll get to the first roadblock of the mega leg.
This is when we get DX and Claire. DX and Claire are doing their cheese. And they make it to their first cheese stop. And when they start, we see DX basically talking to Claire, and he's like, girl, can you do this? And Claire's like, I got it. And he's like, do you have it? And she's like, yes, I got it. Because the cheese is heavy, and you got to make sure that you're able to carry the cheese, or you could switch motherfucking tasks, as Linton and Sharik should have been did, but we moved. So DX and Claire, they've started, and they've made it to their first block of cheese already. And DX has a confessional, and he's like, physical detours are probably the route you need to take because it's just straightforward. All you got to do is take the block of cheese to the two motherfucking things. And then every other like mental, or you got to take a test, all that other shit, it's just going to be harder to do because you could get it wrong. You got to go back and you're going to be there all day. That's kind of how T-Rex lost. No, that wasn't a detour, was it? It was a detour. That's kind of how T-Rex lost because they had to do the jingle bells. Yeah. And when they could have just learned to dance, low key. But hey, we moved. Boom. This is when we go back to Rich and Dom. They're still in the damn car. And Molly and Emily, mind you. So Dom and Rich and Molly and Emily are struggling down with the car. They're trying to find. I don't even know where they're at. Where are they finding? Oh, they're trying to find the actual place where you go to the cheese, or the place where you go to the
HLC.
The test. You was not gonna help. Oh my god.
I just don't understand. Like, I don't know where you're.
Glenda and Lamumba are back at the car now. Finally. So now they're getting in their car and they're finally going to go to where they need to fucking be, where they should have fucking been. So now we're back at the test and we're taking the test. There's 4 teams taking the test at the same time. It's Aubrey and David, Abby and Will, Linton and Sharik, and Quentin and Maddie. So everybody taking the damn test, and the test is hard. So as they start taking the test, it flashes back to Derek X and Claire, and Derek X and Claire get their second block of cheese dropped off. Boom, they're in third place. So everyone who done the cheese is in the lead.
Because it's literally easy as hell. So I would have ate that up choosing that one. So. I don't know. Because your ass, I didn't understand why so many people wanted to do HOC. Like, that just did not make sense to me at all.
So many people chose it. Literally. So at this point, we go back to all the people taking the fucking HOC test. Literally everybody fucking else. Quentin and Maddie was like, we would usually choose to do the physical task, but Maddie was a motherfucking...
She took anatomy.
She took anatomy in college. Mm-hmm. So they were like, since she took anatomy in college, we should get this shit right. And they ate this shit up. The thing about Quentin and Maddie is every time they get to a task, they eat it up. Yeah. The only time they fucked up last time is because of navigation. So it's like, hey. But they ate it up. Quentin and Maddie are now in 4th place. So Marcus and Michael are in 1st. Luis and Michelle in 2nd. DX and Claire in 3rd. And then Quentin and Maddie is in 4th. So everybody else fails the test. Has to go back, do another lesson. And it's like, at this point, I would have had to. I don't know.
And this is the Team Jamaica, Linton and Sharik. This is their 2nd attempt, so they're going back to learn it for a 3rd time. And it's like 3rd time. After that 3rd time's the charm. We don't get it. We going to the next one.
Yeah, literally. Honestly, after the 2nd time, I feel like I would have panicked. Like, it's so panicky for me. So y'all, we back to Dom and Rick.
This scene is so hilarious.
This scene pisses me off.
Mind you, everyone else at this point, other than the little moment because they've been lost, have arrived at their detours. Yes. And have chosen something and is heading to it. They have not even headed to the route marker to choose. Which was no. They have to choose at the beginning. They haven't even gotten to the detour yet. So it's just like, oh my God, why they? And it's only because he can't drive a stick. And it's like, why you can't do it? But this one is so funny, right? Because Dom, the one who's like, love and light, manifestation, don't manifest bad things. She literally said, I'm not getting the directions. I'm not understanding. The streets keep changing and I'm very confused. And I just feel so bad because it's like, what the fuck? Like, why is it always them every single time? Like, they just can't win. And he's like, well, do you know how to navigate with a map? She's like, no. And I'm like, what?
How though? How are you on this show? And Rich is like, okay, let's just pull over and let's just ask.
And I just feel like she should have thought of that instead of trying to navigate this map that you don't understand. And it's so funny because it's like she finally admits it. She's like, babe, I'm not getting the directions. I don't know where we're going. It's so cute. I love them. They're iconic. They really are.
Literally. Okay, so Molly and Emily have arrived to the HOC. And when they get there, we find out that one of the twins, I don't know which one, has been in the medical field. So this shouldn't be that hard for them. And a lot of the other people are finna go ahead and retake their tests again for the third time, fourth time, fifth time. So Linton and Sharik, this is their
third time.
They done failed again.
Yeah, it was bad.
Molly and Emily get it on their first time.
Period. Molly and Emily really ate this round.
No, they ate this round the fuck up. Abby and Will get it. That was their second attempt.
I was gagged
too. And Aubrey and David failed.
Abby and Will give me very average team. So like I was just like, oh, okay. I did not think they would get it that quickly.
Mm-hmm. So Linton and Sharik failed, and Aubrey and David failed. So they got to go back. But everybody else is moving forward. So this is when we get to Ducati. We see Marcus and Michael arrive to the Ducati factory.
First place
per. And so we realize that this is a roadblock and one of the team members has to do the task.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
ready for a break?
And Michael decides to be ready for a break. So what the task is you have a motorcycle and you are tasked to learn and replicate how to change the tire and add the brakes to the tire. After you do, or the wheel, after you do that, you then have to go to the next step. The next step is preparing the body of the actual motorcycle, and you have to get that correct. Then you can move along.
Yeah.
So this part, baby, it stumps everybody. I guess that's what roadblocks are. That makes sense.
It's a roadblock. Like
roadblock, bitch. Like
it really and this roadblock really started switching up a lot of placements. Like like the girls were there forever. The girls were there for so long. I thought shit, Dom and Rich and Glenn and Lamama could really catch the fuck up, which they did, and then they didn't.
Clearly. So Glenn and Lamama finally make it to the road marker, baby. And they choose to take the class. And it's like, that was wrong answer.
And it's like, well, I just like
wrong answer.
So they arrive at HOC. And it's like, now they have to start taking they have to wait for the other teams to go before they can start learning the lesson as well.
Mm-hmm. So Linton and Sharik, they're on their fourth attempt, y'all. Whew. Aubrey and Luis, they're on their third attempt, y'all. Whew. But they both get it. So Linton and Sharik and Aubrey and Luis finally get the motherfucking test, and like as she said, Lamamba and
Aubrey and David,
my bad. God,
Jesus
Lord. So it's a lot going on, y'all. It was a mega.
You gotta get it together, babe.
It was a mega.
You gotta get it together.
It was a mega. So Luis and Michelle are going the wrong way, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Going to Ducati.
One thing about Luis and Michelle, they're not going to go in the right direction. At least they catch it, but damn.
How are y'all going? And it's always on a big-ass freeway. Like, how are you going on the freeway the wrong way? I understand when you're in the actual Italy, but, like, they're literally driving all the way to the next station at Ducati. But anyways, we moved. So they caught it. They turned around or whatever. And we see that Claire and DX have arrived to do the motorcycle, and they have to choose which one's going to do it. And I have written down, why is Claire?
Yeah, that made no sense to me. And someone has explained in the comments, because I didn't know this, like, they have to be careful on who does what, because if you can't make someone do every single individual roadblock or potential detour, you have to switch and give it an equal opportunity. And, maybe, and then they basically suggested that maybe they're having Claire do it so, DS can do the end game. But it's just like, my baby, Claire. She never beaten them flop allegations. She never beaten them allegations because it just is not looking good for my sister.
And then this girl, she had a diary room talking about something. I just want to make up for the yodeling because yodeling was bad, y'all.
And it's like, baby, this ain't the time. Not Miss Ducati. Get DX out there and some of that shit. Oh, Lord. It just wasn't good. But DX is literally hilarious. Like, y'all, DX loves him some black people. I don't know if you know. Anytime you see DX talking to a random, it's always a black person. Like, he said he played with the Cookout and
he played with Cache and Justine.
Like, look, that's the thing on CBS with the new rule. He's been around him so much. I mean, but it was so cute how he ran out to Marcus. He was like, you see Marcus, you in a good placement.
You know you're not in last if you see Marcus. So y'all, this is when Quentin and Maddie make it to Ducati. Luis and Michelle make it to Ducati. Quentin chooses to do it. Luis chooses to do it, and we quickly realize that all the boy-girl teams, the man chooses to do it. Except Clark. Except Clark. Oh God.
Now who did it between me and you? Because I'm not getting out there and doing it.
Because the thing is, if I'm doing all, because I already said I was doing the yodeling while wearing the skirt.
And you would be.
I can't do this too unless you're gonna be doing all the ones later in the
I guess I'm doing all the ones later on in the season.
But then we're gonna lose.
I can't change a fucking tire.
So what
I'm a lady.
Do you remember when Jessica and Cody had to put up a propeller and change
Jessica
propeller?
and Cody?
I'm just saying, later in the season, you're gonna be changing propellers instead of tires.
Well, I change the propeller. At least neither one of us know how to do a propeller. You know how to do a tire. I don't know how to do that shit. Can we get to the end of the season? Shit. I'm telling you right now, if I did Ducati, we'd be last.
I think this is the best time to do it because it's a mega leg. We can catch up.
Pharaoh, I can't change no tire.
We can catch up. They're teaching you. Go watch.
And I will say, I think that could have helped me, like watching someone else do it. I'm a visual learner. So like I can definitely see how watching him taking notes could have helped me. Because I did see how, a lot of it was just certain screws and stuff like that. But in general, like I don't understand mechanics, especially not on first watch.
Mm-hmm. Child, so Michael does, because Michael finishes his wheel just like that. Boom, he's moving on to the body. So he's on the part 2.
Body.
Claire and Quentin are struggling, y'all. And it's like, Claire, no surprise. I'm so sorry, girl, but like, damn.
It's okay because everybody was struggling when it came to this first one.
They were.
It's just
not Emily.
Not Mother Emily.
Not Emily, but everybody else definitely was. So,
definitely struggled.
We flash back to Dom and Rich. They're looking for the location to take the class. Why do they walk right past it?
I just gotta be like, they just be too flustered. And honestly, too, Rich, I feel like
Rich is no help.
Rich is no help.
Nothing.
No shade. Like, that's what it comes down to. Like, he really lets Dom lead, but Dom don't be sure.
No help either. Dom don't never know nothing. And then Dom gets flustered. She's so positive, but she gets flustered.
She gets flustered really easily.
Rich will stay calm. He won't say anything. He'll just be quiet. But it's like, why are you quiet?
Rich, one of them people who not gonna tell you missed a turn until after you done passed it.
And you know what? People like that, and that's because Rich the type to have known they passed it, but was like, Dom knows what she's doing. I'm just gonna let her decide, and let's see if we
and the whole time, Dom in the back seat. I'm gonna read the map, Rich.
I need Rich to take charge. I need him to be a little bit more assertive with the decisions. I need him to be like, it's right here, because that's what they need. They need somebody. It's two people on the team, and
I think every group kind of has that, like, at least when it comes to like navigation or doing the task, like one of them assume that position. And they just don't have it. And that's why I think it becomes something chaotic.
You got to be really direct in the Amazing Race, because you need to, like when DX was like, Claire, can you do this? Yes or no? That's how you have to be. You have to be direct so you can make sure that you're getting the shit done. And we're going to get it done, guys. Yeah. We're going to get it done and loving life and living life.
It's like they figured it out and they arrive as well. So it's like
they're not in last. They're not in last.
Second to last, but they're not in last.
They're not in last, child. Oh, God. Not in last, child. Whew. So, LaMama and Glenda are taking the test, and Dom and Rich pull up to the test. So, they're all doing the test. They're failing, of course, because as everyone did. We go back to people pulling up to the Ducati. Emily and Molly are pulling up to the Ducati, and they're still struggling to drive, mind.
Yeah, and they usually have a segment in the car where Emily, she starts breaking down because of just how stressed out she
literally starts crying.
And it's like, that's me. Like,
you can't.
You gotta let it out. You gotta let it out.
Why is Emily crying? Why are you crying?
You gotta. No, the thing is, the way she beasted this in game of this episode, let it out and get it together. My sister had to.
Okay.
And don't do Miss Emily. I love Emily and Molly after this episode. Like, honestly,
I support that. I just got anybody name written down, y'all. Because why did I put Aubrey and Will? Abby and Will.
No wonder your notes all over the place because what the fuck do you have written hell?
Listen. Abby and Aubrey are similar names. Like, you're not gonna get me on that. Like, it starts with an A, got a B, got a Y.
I feel like it'd be something I could ignore if you didn't mess up so much earlier. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Team DVI, Abby. Okay, Team DVI, they arrive at Ducati in 5th place. Will decides that he wants to do it, which, like we already mentioned, all the men chose to do it, except Clark. And then we get a segment of Claire, and it's like, it's funny because she's talking throughout the whole challenge. Like, does it do this? Does it go this way? Oh, I don't know. She's just so positive. Like, she was like, and DX is on the sidelines. It's so funny because it's like, it's just like yodeling. It's like, at first he's so positive, he's so happy to be there. They're early.
Go Claire!
Go Claire! And at the end he's just like, oh my God, you're not getting it.
I can't even watch.
And so basically we get a full segment of everybody struggling though. So it's like, yeah, Claire's struggling, but so is everybody else, except Michael, who's also struggling, but at least he's on body panels. At this point, he's the only person on the second part of the roadblock, which is pretty good in their respect. And then we have the ballroom dancers, Aubrey and David, Linton and Sharik, and then the twins, Emily and Molly. They all arrive at the Ducati place around the same time. So it's really starting to get serious.
It's gonna get serious.
You see how easy that was?
Keep going.
No, you don't. I like talking for that long. It's real weird.
So we look at how they're doing on the bikes again, and we see Will is struggling. And this was interesting because it's like, Will, why are you struggling? I don't know. Like, get it together. Because Will is doing just as bad as Claire at this point. And it's like, if you're doing just as bad as Claire, baby, what's happening? I don't know. And this is when we get a scene because David is doing it for for David and Aubrey. David chose to do it. And this is when we see David find ass, y'all. So David was a helicopter mechanic. So he knows what the fuck he's doing. And this is the second time Aubrey has just had to stand there and watch her man be a man. Because on episode 1, when he was picking that ice, it was like, ooh. And I was like, that's my man. Here we go again, y'all.
David it was a nice scene.
Like it was. He didn't even break us. But he can break something. I don't know. So Emily has like a diary room, and I'm like, what's happening? Because she's talking about how she used to play with dolls and toys and cars and robots, and I was like, what this got to do with building a bike? Like, I really don't know.
I have a really good attention to detail, and it's just like, okay. I didn't know how much that would work.
At the moment, I was like, okay, I guess, but girl, as y'all see, as you will see. So we get to Michael, and he is asking for a check on his panel, and they are like, but he essentially is like, with the panel, it's just out of place. He did everything correctly. He just needs to get it in the right place. And it's like, I hate that shit on here because it seems like at random times they'll be very meticulous, and then at other times they just let it go. And it's like, come on now, like, be fucking for real. BFFR. So Claire starts getting checks on her wheel, knowing damn well it's not done.
It's not finished.
She's literally like, this is not even tight, but let me get a check. He's like, She's like, oh, too loose? Okay, too loose. Like, girl, you knew it was too loose.
She knew it was too loose. She's walking over to them. She's like, oh, it's too loose. Like, girl, you knew.
Mind you, she doesn't know what a wrench is called. She don't know how to use a wrench. She's like, what's this thing even called? And
how do I do this?
Like,
Claire.
But eventually, she gets it done. So we see Claire gets the wheel done, Quentin gets the wheel done, and Will gets the wheel done. So they're all moving on to the body part. Body, yaddy. Then we see Emily, and mind you, Emily and Molly just got there because they were struggling driving. But Emily gets the wheel right after they do. So it's like, ooh, wait a minute. Maybe that motherfucking houses you was building really came in handy. I don't know. So this is when we get a scene of Marcus kind of panicking. Him and DX, they besties because they be waiting. And they have been panicking periodically this whole time. But Marcus is like, please get it, Michael. Please get it. And honestly, like when Marcus was getting irritated, I was like, it's okay. Like y'all was in first this whole time. Y'all got it. But he was just like, he don't want everybody to catch up and start beating them because we saw what happened to Claire and DX. But finally, Michael does get it. They get the clue that they need to go to Florence So they need to go all the way to Florence, Italy, and that's going to be the next detour because it's a mega land.
Yeah.
So Michael and Marcus are in first place still. I have written down next, y'all, where the hell is Dom and Rich? Because quite literally, where were they? And then I put, and Glenda and Lumumba, but they are all literally struggling to get to the location that everybody else is at, which is Ducati. Like, damn. So
well, during that segment, it does flash to them at HOC, Dom and Rich and Glenda Lumumba, and it's the speaker's first attempt, and they pass it, and it's like period. They ate that up, and then obviously it's Glenda Lumumba's second attempt, and they pass as well. So they are on their way to Ducati. What when the military bros has already got their shit and they're ready to go. So.
So we get back to Ducati and everybody's struggling on the body. So we get a montage of everyone just trying to get it together, struggling to get it together, except Emily, because Emily eats that shit up. So we see Emily, she gets the body done. They check it and boom, they're out second place. And Molly was like, she has a confessional and she's like, dang, this is literally amazing because I don't know my sister. And the fact that she's able to do shit like this is like very, very interesting because now we get to know our strengths and our weaknesses moving forward in the race. Whoop. And it's like, go off. So now they're in second place. And I think this is like the best they've done the entire race because second place.
Yeah, they ate that up.
So as Emily and Molly left, we finally see Glenda and Lumumba and Dom and Rich make it to Ducati. And they're excited initially because they're like, oh my God, there's a bunch of teams still here. However, not for long, y'all. So they start doing, as soon as they start working on it, Dom and Rich, and well, Dom is working on it and Lumumba is working on it. As soon as they start working on it, all the teams start finishing.
And it's like, damn. Especially because they've been there for a while. It's like, and then like, it just sucks. But then we really put it in perspective, it sucks the most for Dom and Rich because if Glenda and Lumumba just read the clue and was in the car, because they were literally in the first group, they would have been here. And it's like, why is Dom and Rich that far behind? They knew where they were going. They had the directions. They just took forever in the car. And it's like, what the hell? And at this point, I'm stressed because I didn't know it was going to be a to be continued episode, and I wouldn't pay attention to the time. So I'm thinking, so you mean to tell me we either going to lose the newlyweds or the motivational speakers? Like, these are like my top two fucking teams. Like, what the fuck?
Literally. So Aubrey and David finished. They're in Daddy David. They're in third,
and it's like this is the highest
they've been. It's
like really they've been at the bottom of the pack, like real bad. And it's like David did that,
real bad. Luis and Michelle finished in fourth. Linton and Sharik finished in fifth. And shout out to Linton and Sharik because they was struggling back at the HOC. They were doing bad.
They was,
but they're in fifth place, so they ate it up. And we see that it's interesting because now that Rich is doing the task, he actually is doing good at the task because he gets the wheel before 7th, 8th, and 6th, 7th, and 8th even get done. So it's
girl,
like, okay,
and then when he, because that's the thing, I already know because the placements they get in there, I'm like, Dom and Rich, if they're doing better, that means Glenda and Lumumba gonna be last. And it's like, it's hard because I don't want to have to decide between two mothers.
It's another detour and another roadblock. We should be. They can catch up. They can catch up.
I hope so.
They can catch up. They got to make the right decisions. They got to navigate. You know, Luis and Michelle get lost everywhere they go. Like we good. We should be good.
And then we get a really funny scene from Claire. Like Claire, I'm really reminded why Claire and DX were casting for Big Brother because they're really hilarious as fuck. But she has a scene. She's like, "Sorry, Derek, you look concerned." Mind you,
oh God,
it's only 5 teams here, and they were the front one. They were the second team.
They were the second one here,
just like how they were in Yodel. Well, they was the first one in Yodel, weren't they?
The first one in Yodel.
And once again, they're towards the last of the teams because of Claire fucking up. And this is a really cute scene because DX on the sidelines tripping. Like I said, this whole time, like it went from okay, yeah, you got this. We love you, Claire. We love you too. She's not gonna get it. Like, oh my God, like
she's just not gonna get it.
Does not know what she's doing. Like what? Like he is over there stressed. And here come Queen Dom. She's like, look.
Queen of CBS.
Don't worry, have confidence. Support her in your heart. Look at me. Support her in your heart. She's like, come on. And she grabs his hand as she's getting Claire's getting finished and getting checked. And then she passed. And it's like, period, dog. Spread that light and love. Spread that light and love, dog. It was a beautiful moment.
At Dom. Dom know what the fuck she's doing and what the fuck she's talking about.
I love Dom. Like, moments like this is really why I love Dom. Because, like, we're really not. You mentioned this because it's a certain reality show. It's just like a race. There's not like much strategy and backstabbing. Like you really get to see their personalities and like you see those cute character moments. Like that's just real cute. She has a really pure heart. I love her.
So Claire is in sixth place. Well, Claire and DX are in sixth place now. That means there's only 4 more teams, y'all. So it's like, ooh. So
okay, they still in it. They're still in it. And then,
but it's getting back.
And then fucking Abby and Will finish.
They get 7th.
Quentin and then the NFL chooses finish.
Quentin and Maddie finish.
And then like, oh damn, well, we back to where the fuck we started.
So Dom is quite literally on the grass meditating, sending Rich love.
Like, I'm sending you energy from the universe.
Oh god. And it worked. It did work because Rich got that shit done. He got that shit done. So at this point, we get some confessionals from Lamamba and Glinda, and they're just like, we need to get this done. We need to finish this off. And then we see that to be continued. We're gonna to be continued. So we end off knowing that Lamamba and Glinda are in last. Everybody else is headed towards the next detour, which is in another place in Italy. Florence, Italy. And Lamamba and Glinda are still doing the real bad. It's real bad for them. And it's like, honestly, hopefully next episode, like the detour and the pit stop, whatever the fuck they got to do shit. I hope it just switches everything up. Because if Glinda and Lamamba just lose, I'm going to be like, damn, we really didn't need it to be continued.
I was just going to say that. Like, literally, it was like, we did a whole to be continued for it to just lose. And I would hate that. Like, I hate that.
Ciao. So we don't have an elimination. We have to wait for next week to see who goes home. It'll be 9 teams left after that. The shit does move pretty fast. Like, it's going to be 9 teams. If this wasn't a non-eliminate, well, not a non-elimination. If this wasn't to be continued, we'd all be top 9 already. So I guess it'd be moving. All right, y'all. Check us out next week. We will be talking about The Amazing Race, episode 4. We will be getting into the gag. Make sure you check out our video with Mother Queen of CBS, Taylor, that we did post. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. Make sure you check out Survivor next week. We will be posting Survivor next week. Bye.